Coming up on the Bulldog Blitz, the women's soccer team is headed to the NCAA tournament after clinching the SoCon championship title. We'll take a look at what's next for the team as they prepare for the big stage.
And both the men's and women's basketball teams are off to a busy start this season. After a series of games on the road, the women are back in the Pete Hanna Center this Sunday for their home opener.
And we'll also hear from the women's tennis team's only senior about her time as a student athlete at Samford. The Bulldog Blitz starts now.
Hello, fellow Bulldogs, and welcome back to the Bulldog Blitz. I'm Bailey Shepard.
And I'm Abby Litton, and there's a lot going on in Samford Athletics this week.
Starting off strong, the women's soccer team dominated in the SoCon championship. It is headed to the NCAA tournament. The Lady Bulldogs were successful, taking wins over UNC Greensboro, Furman, and finally Western Carolina to bring home the SoCon championship victory. The women's soccer team is set to play Florida State in Tallahassee on November 15th at 4 p.m. Here's Hannah Himes, Peyton Hull, and Sarah Holland on their SoCon win.
Hi, I'm Hannah Himes, and I'm a junior, and I play midfield.
I'm Peyton Hull. I'm a redshirt freshman, and I play goalie.
I'm Sarah Holland. I'm a junior, and I play forward.
So in the beginning of the season, we had a little bit of a rocky start, but since preseason, I feel like we've all known that this team just had something really special and a lot of potential, and I feel like we really peaked at the right time. And now after winning the SoCon tournament, I think that it just is such a good feeling for all of us because we really got what we deserved, and yeah.
So the first half, I saw some action. You know, it was pretty 50-50. We were back and forth. We were in their half a lot. They were in ours. But then second half really amped up. The second half, you could tell that they were coming out with a lot of fire. They had a lot more shots on goal and a lot more of the possession. Fortunately enough, I was in the right place at the right time and saved a goal that could have changed the game. And then we scored a goal. We capitalized when we needed to, and so we ended up getting away with a 1-0 win.
After the game, it was just a sense of relief because we put so much work into the game and just the entire season. So I just know everyone was really excited and happy that we got what we worked so hard for and deserved.
Good luck to the Lady Bulldogs in Tallahassee.
The SoCon champion Bulldogs will face tough competition in the NCAA tournament. Parker May has more on what's ahead for the Bulldogs.
That is a look at some surprise Samford soccer players when they found out they'll be taking on the #1 team in the country this weekend in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Samford will take on the defending champion Florida State Seminoles in the first round Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. Central Time. This will be Samford's first matchup against Florida State since 2019 when the Bulldogs fell 6-0. Let's take a look at some of my keys to the game on how Samford can pull off a big-time upset. Florida State's a team that likes to play fast, so Samford will need to take advantage of any counter opportunities they may have. They also need to be able to rely on their depth, and again, they'll be as high pace as this one. And Peyton Hull, the sophomore goalie, will need a big game in order to keep Samford in this ball game. Let's take a look at some of the other big games in the bracket. The winner of Samford-Florida State will take on the winner of an in-state matchup between Vanderbilt and Lipscomb, a little Nashville rivalry to take on the winner of Florida State and Samford. Other notable games in the first round include an all-Texas matchup between Stephen F. Austin and TCU, and in-state opponent Auburn will take on Florida International. From Shawnee Yelton Field, I'm Parker May with the Bulldog Blitz. Back to you in the studio.
As the soccer season ends, reporter Georgia Brandt has the story on how the seniors feel about their soccer journey coming to a close.
As the final whistle blew in the Southern Conference Championship game this past weekend, Samford soccer seniors Leighton Glisson and Caroline Donovan shared their favorite moments from the past 4 years on the team.
My favorite part is definitely the people, but a huge part of just being a soccer player in general is it's taught me so many life lessons.
I just love those little moments where you're in it and you're on the bus or in a hotel or just on the field. Just having that community aspect that comes along with the team is just something I've never experienced before, so it's really cool.
With the Southern Conference title secured, the seniors are looking back at their journeys, celebrating their achievements, and reflecting on what it means to end their careers on such a high note.
Right when we stepped on the field to warm up, I was okay. I looked at them, I looked at us, and I was we're gonna do this today. And then when Ella headed that goal in, I was all right, it's over. We're holding them off the rest of the game.
Glisson and Donovan have both played soccer their whole lives, and knowing it's the end is bittersweet.
So I've been playing soccer since I can remember. I don't remember a time when I didn't play soccer. And then what made me really want to play in college is my older sister played before me, and I just really looked up to her.
Growing up, I feel it was kind of a goal, in sports, to always kind of make it to a college environment, and so transitioning to college, it exceeded my expectations.
As seniors, they have been able to take on a leadership role and be an example for the younger girls on the team.
Being on the team this year as a senior, it's definitely different. It brings in a huge leadership role, and you kind of start to realize the impact that you have on these people that are a little bit younger than you, because you've always looked up to the older people.
Glisson and Donovan only remember the exciting parts of being on the team, and how the Samford soccer team has prepared them for the future.
Being on the team has prepared me tremendously. Just going through practices, going through downfalls, preparing me for what the future might hold.
Looking back now at the whole career, I'm just so grateful. Lean into it and just enjoy every moment you get, because it does end.
The Samford women's basketball home opener is fast approaching. The Bulldogs play at Florida State in their final away matchup before their home opener on Sunday against Fisk. Here's Josh Lovett with more.
Samford women's basketball is wrapping up the 4-game road trip that started their season. During the first 4 games, the Dogs have had the opportunity to play against top teams in big venues. Tennessee and Memphis are the notable teams the Dogs have faced so far, and they take on nationally ranked Florida State tonight in the final game before their home opener. Playing in these big games early has been a good opportunity to see how they stack up against the best, as well as prepare the team for conference play.
Yeah, what a cool opportunity. I love to stack our team early in the season and figure out, just how tough, just how physical we can play. If we can match that with these teams, it really sets us up, I think, for success in our league. It's just an awesome opportunity to play in front of 10,000 fans. If we can figure out how to play in that chaos, I really like the challenging our team with that, playing into conference play. Everything we do in the non-conference prepares us for conference.
After the game tonight, the team will turn their attention to Sunday, where they will take on Fisk. Coach Coons is looking for a great performance tonight to gain momentum heading into Sunday's game.
Yeah, I think one thing against Florida State that I would love to see us clean up is our press offense. We're 4 games into the season, and I think that's one thing that we have really struggled with in the past couple games. So cleaning up our press offense and then showing growth with the things that we are asking them to get. Can we play with pace? We're really looking to push and match the tempo with them, but really looking for us to take steps forward with our press offense, taking care of the ball, and just confidence.
Tip-off is slated for 5 o'clock Sunday evening. For the Bulldog Blitz, I'm Josh Lovett.
The men's basketball season is in full swing here at Samford. Here's Georgia Brandt with the story.
The Samford men's basketball team faced Rhodes College at the Pete Hanna Center this past Tuesday night. The Bulldogs started out strong, holding a steady lead throughout the game. Samford players Trey Fort and Riley Allenspatch led the team with 16 points each. With a final score of 108-52, the Bulldogs improved their record to 2-1 and secured their 20th consecutive home win. The team will face North Alabama at Main Flowers Hall in Florence, Alabama this Friday. Stay tuned for more updates on the season. Reporter Georgia Brandt signing off.
One athlete is stepping up this Thanksgiving to support families in need. I sat down with Trey Fort to learn more about how he's giving back to the community. This holiday season, basketball player Trey Fort is hosting a Thanksgiving food drive running now through November 18th. Donation bins are set up at the Pete Hanna Center, where the community is encouraged to contribute non-perishable food items like peanut butter, canned vegetables, and cereal. For Ford, giving back has a personal meaning.
Well, I'm big on trying to save the world. It's a bad trait of mine that my dad be like, bro, you can't. But it's like I just feel for people it's my feelings are deep because I really hate just seeing negativity and it's so much going on in the world.
He hopes this initiative will make a meaningful impact on those in need, especially during this time of year. For Bulldog Blitz, I'm Abby Litton.
Samford Cross Country has been running up the list for all SoCon team with 7 runners making their way on it. The team will compete again on November 15th. Now let's hear from Jayla Duncan.
This is Jayla Duncan with Bulldog Blitz. The Samford Cross Country team plans to continue running up the awards at the 2024 NCAA South Regional Cross Country Meet. It will be hosted by Florida State in Tallahassee, Florida. We look forward to supporting our Bulldogs and we're hoping for the best.
Saturday, November 16th, the Bulldogs will play in their last regular season road game at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. With more on the game preview, here's Bailey Shepard.
With some insight into Saturday's game, here is Quincy Crittenden.
Heading into this game Saturday against UT Chat, they're a good football team, but us Samford Bulldogs, we haven't had the season that we've hoped for. But I can honestly say that practice has been great this week. We've been preparing pretty well. The energy's been high, so we got a great game plan to go in and execute against a good football team. Watching them on film, they've played at a high level. They don't do much, kind of keep it simple, so that's always a good thing. Just going into it, we're having high hopes, good attitude, ready to go execute and compete. It's always a great opportunity to go compete.
For Bulldog Blitz, I'm Bailey Shepard. Back to the studio. As the weather here gets colder, the FCS playoffs are getting closer. Parker May has the story of how the Southern Conference will impact this year's playoffs.
After Mercer's win over VMI last weekend, the Bears have now clinched the Southern Conference's automatic bid into the FCS playoffs. Let's take a look at the projected top 8 seeds according to Samford's bracketology. At the top, North Dakota State, Montana State, and South Dakota State are the projected top 3 seeds, with Mercer representing the Southern Conference in 5th. Idaho, Incarnate Word, and Richmond round out the top 8. While Mercer's already clinched the Southern Conference's automatic bid into the playoffs, other Southern Conference teams are fighting to keep their season alive. Chattanooga and East Tennessee State are currently in the last 4 in, with Western Carolina sitting on the first 4 out. Chattanooga will take on the Samford Bulldogs this weekend in what is a must-win game for both teams. For the Bulldog Blitz, I'm Parker May. Back to you in the studio.
Wrapping up the fall season and in the final year of her collegiate tennis career, Emily Searcy is a testament to the dedication it takes to succeed at the highest level. Grace Henry sat down with Emily to talk about her experience as a senior student athlete. Let's hear more about her story.
In her second and final year at Samford, as senior Emily Searcy looks to her future in the year ahead, she remains focused on the legacy she will leave behind. In my conversations with her, Searcy reflected on what it means to be a part of the women's tennis team and the support that carries her through the season.
I've gotten exposed to so many different cultures, perspectives, and people that I've been able to be led under, but also now I get the chance to lead a bunch of different people from different backgrounds and even countries this year. So it is a difficult sport to play, but it makes it so much easier when you have a team not only able but willing to support you and have fun through the process, because it should be fun.
While being the only senior on the team has been challenging at times for Searcy, she doesn't hesitate to share her gratitude for the school, for her coaches and team surrounding her, and for where God has placed her.
I'm just thankful for the obstacles and for the ability to know I am where I need to be. And it's such a great feeling to have going into my last spring season of college tennis. But I'm being at the school where it's, you're not afraid to talk about your faith. You have opportunities to grow in your faith. The professors, the coaches, and your teammates can all pray together before a game. It's huge, and you don't see that anywhere else, and I haven't seen that anywhere else that I've been in my 4 years.
Co-chair of the Student Advisory Council, Cersei organizes athlete formals, leads meetings, and sets up volunteer opportunities for fellow student athletes. Cersei is leaving a legacy, but not just one for herself, one for the glory of God, creating a lasting impact on her team and fellow community.
And I'm very happy with being able to end my college career here because I know that throughout my interesting and unique college experience, I think this has always been the place for me, and I can step out on court in the spring, hopefully knowing that I can finish strong.
For the Bulldog Blitz, I'm Grace Henry.
With the opening of the new Campus Recreation Center, students aren't the only ones getting involved. Let's hear from Grace Henry as she sits in on one of the faculty-only classes going on this week.
As the Campus Recreation Center reopened this fall, Samford announced several workout classes offered throughout the week. With a variety of workouts to choose from, students and faculty can find new ways to get involved. From Pilates and yoga to high-intensity workouts, faculty and staff are able to partake in faculty-only classes offered almost daily. For the Bulldog Blitz, I'm Grace Henry.
Wow, Abby, I know I've loved partaking in these workout classes. So it's awesome to hear that our faculty and staff are able to get involved as well.
I know. I think it's super cool. I think they've inspired me. I'm definitely gonna have to try some of those classes out.
For sure.
Now the Samford dance team has hit their groove this season. Let's hear from junior dance captain Hannah Hodgen on how their season's been so far.
Dance team has been the most incredible year so far. This is my third year in, and the team dynamic, the coach, the organization, the accountability, the strive to want to be better is all just so incredible this year. Of course, with a new coach, with new program things, with new uniforms, with new opportunities, there's going to be growing pains. But if anything, it's made us stronger as a team, and this change has just created so much growth.
McKinley Johnston sat down with Kappa Delta's Caroline Himmel to talk about their philanthropy with the Prescott House. Let's hear about how one special team is helping out one assist at a time.
The Prescott House is the child advocacy center here in Birmingham. They do forensic interviews for children of abuse. They also do counseling sessions, all free of charge. The goal is to get the child to tell their story once and only once. So the child will come in, tell their story, and it will be filmed, and it can be used in the court of law, it can be used in forensic investigations, and in a police situation as well. This drive was for the Prescott House. They have a little pop-up shop in their house that the people who come into the Prescott House can come and shop what they need. We tabled on Ben Brown. We tabled during like the peak hours of the day where people were walking around, and that was really awesome because that's where people brought supplies as well. It was hygiene items and ready-to-eat meals, lots of toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, things like that. We ended up bringing in over 500 individual supplies. While tabling on Ben Brown, Bucky and his graduate assistant came by and asked what we were tabling for, and our girls explained it so well. And he was like, I would love to support. And he set up a time for us to meet, and him and the basketball team donated lots of supplies, which was really great. The Prescott House is so special to Kappa Delta. This is Kappa Delta's first year, so we were able to handpick them of local beneficiaries here in Birmingham. And they have just been such a blessing to us as we've been able to support them and really serve their cause.
To learn more about the Prescott House, go to www.prescotthouse.org. This is McKinley Johnston with the Bulldog Blitz.
That's all we have this week, Bulldogs. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you right back here next week on Bulldog Blitz.